time, I was an atheist, hardcore.
Okay, this is really interesting.
I have a daughter that my wife had noticed some maybe developmental issues with her movement and stuff. She took my daughter to a neurologist. The neurologist did an assessment and said, I think she's fine. However, she might have something called spinal tethering. And what happens is as the baby grows, the spine will stretch and then they'll lose function of their lower half of the body. We can see it through an MRI. If we do identify it through an MRI, oftentimes we can surgically repair it and there's not an issue. Your 1-year-old's gonna have to get an MRI if you wanna know for sure. Well, to do an MRI for a 1-year-old can't sit. You ever have an MRI? A 1-year-old's not gonna do that. So what do? They put them under general anesthesia. And I'm like, I don't wanna put my 1-year-old under general anesthesia. Yeah. It's not good for their brain. She's never been under general anesthesia. But then on the flip side, if there is spinal tethering, I want to know so we can maybe fix it. So I, for the first time in my life, was praying out loud. I've never done that before. So I'm driving to the pediatrician's office and I'm praying out loud. And the way I'm praying is like this. I'm like, God, I don't know if you're real. I need you to show me in obvious ways. Like, so then I go to the studio because I'm like, we're supposed to record a podcast. There was a parking lot that was next to our studio. There's a homeless dude building a fire in the middle of the parking lot. Okay. So like, and I look in my rearview mirror and I'm like, maybe I'll ask this guy to pray for me. Right. But I'm looking in the rearview mirror and this dude, and he's building a fire. So I'm walking away and then I hear, excuse me, sir, excuse me. Turn around. It's a fucking homeless dude. I said, what's up? And he goes, have a nice day. So I said, you know what? I said, can you do something for me? I didn't give him money or anything. I just asked him. I said, can you do something for me? He says, sure. I said, can you pray for me? And he says, yeah, I could pray for you. He said, what's going on? I said, we're taking my daughter to the pediatrician today to get looked at. And then he interrupts me and he goes, is it her spine?
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God.
Shut up.
Listen to me, I swear to God.
No.
Listen to me, I swear to God.
No, bro.
I swear on everything. It's hard not to get choked up talking about it. It's true. So it hit me like a brick, bro. Like he said, is this something with her spine? So I felt like someone punched me. And he says, I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. And I said, so after that conversation, I had money in my wallet and I thought maybe I'll give him some money, but I didn't give him any money. I said, is there anything I can do for you? And he said, no. He goes, you've done more for me than society's done in a long time. Thanks for talking to me. The day before that, I had just started reading scripture, which I'd never done before. And one of the first things I read was a story about Jesus and how he said the line, what you do to the least of you, you do to me. In other words, how you treat the worst in society, you're doing that to me. And I remembered that right there because the guy said, you did more for me than society's done in a long time. That my daughter, she's 1, she's shy. She doesn't want, when we go to the doctor, she's grabbing onto my wife and buries her head and doesn't want to come off. And if we peel her off to get weighed or checked, she cries.
Yeah.
My daughter's going to cry the whole time. She's not going to want to do anything because the test involved picking this up, climb over here, reach for this. Can you say this? Can you do that? Right? I'm like, what's going to happen? Bro, I get there. We bring my daughter in there and all of a sudden my daughter becomes a performer. Everything the pediatrician asked, it was like,
bro, what the
she's climbing, she's reaching, she's laughing, she's interacting for the whole thing. Pediatrician looked at us, she goes, for sure, she's fine. You don't need to do a test. And that was it, man. I was like, that's it, I'm a Christian, 100%.